All right, everyone. So we're reacting to a brand new content creator here. Now, I was recommended a video of his for a while now, but I wanted to watch this video first because this is like a short 5.5 minute video, and I feel like it'll give me a sort of a good idea as to, the kind of content that he actually makes on his channel. And honestly, I did see the title, and I'm really curious to hear his thoughts on this topic, specifically on Boruto's Prologue. Now, if you're new to the channel and you don't know, I do cover the Boruto manga here, and sometimes I will do videos talking about the anime. If something happened that really interests me, I'll make a video talking about it. But for the most part, I do cover the manga, and sometimes I will make videos talking about what happens in the manga. Now, obviously, if you are following my channel and you only follow the Boruto anime, I would recommend that you not watch those videos because I really don't want to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't kept up with the manga and doesn't know what's going on currently. But this is only going to be talking about the Boruto Prologue. However, there is a chance he's probably going to reference the manga, but this video was made 8 months ago, so I don't think that he's going to reference anything that's happening in the manga that hasn't already happened in the anime. I could be wrong, but just in case, you might not want to watch this video if you didn't read the Boruto manga or if you're not all caught up. So excuse me, just a slight potential spoiler warning, I guess would be the right way to say it. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and watch this video. Again, it's just a short, like 5.5 minute video, which will give me a good idea of the kind of content that he makes on this channel. And then we'll be watching another video of his after this that was actually recommended to me. So let's go ahead and watch this video. And this is called, of course, Boruto's Prologue is Terrible, Here's Why. I'll leave a link to the actual video in the description of this video, and I'll leave a link to his channel, of course, so you can head on over there and you can check out the video for yourself, and you can go subscribe to his channel and go show him some support if you enjoy his content. And if you have other content creators, guys, if you're watching this and there's a content creator out there that you want me to watch their content and you want me to give my opinions on it, just let me know about it in the comment section down below. If there's a specific video you want me to watch and react to, give my thoughts on, tell me the title of the video and the channel where I can find it. Don't leave a link because YouTube erases links, and I think the reason why they do that is because people tend to leave spam links in comments. So I think they've put something in the in the algorithm to where if anyone leaves a link, it's just immediately erased. So just tell me the title of the video and the channel where I can find it. And while you're here, maybe you can consider leaving a like, sharing this video, and make sure to subscribe if you're new, if you really enjoy the content that I make here, and consider ringing the bell for notifications. All those things is just loved by the YouTube algorithm. So let's go ahead and watch this video and see why he thinks that the Boruto Prologue is terrible. In my opinion, the Boruto Prologue is okay. I mean, I don't really have anything against it. I personally think, it was a mistake to do that because, it kind of ruins a lot of the tension that you're seeing happening now, because whatever happens, that nothing's going to happen to Boruto or Kawaki, because they're there and we haven't gotten to the time skip yet. We haven't gotten to that moment in the story, so obviously nothing's going to happen to them. So it does kind of ruin the tension. Other people may feel differently about that, and if you do, that's fine. But for me personally, I just think that it's probably, or it was probably a better idea to have not had that prologue happen, because again, it does kind of ruin the tension. Not that anyone realistically thought that Boruto was going to die, because he is the main character. This is a shonen, and yeah, but it's just that yeah, see, I can't talk about it without spoiling it again for what happens in the manga. So I think I should probably just stop right there and go ahead and watch the videos.
A good prologue performs one of many functions.
Also, just want to mention one thing. This video was made 8 months ago, so there is a chance that currently he has changed his mind on it. So I don't know if that's the case, but yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Functions in a story, foreshadowing events to come, providing background information or backstory on the central conflict, providing necessary world building, etc. In anime, we have many great prologues. Attack on Titan's prologue establishes the threat and the world very well and creates a lot of suspense. Naruto's prologue tells the story of how the Nine Tails was sealed in Naruto, Death Note's prologue shows a glimpse of the Shinigami world and teases events to come, and I could go on. But if there is one awful prologue, that will be Boruto's. Let me explain why. Boruto's prologue job is to foreshadow things that will happen. And the air quotes on foreshadow are there because it's not really foreshadowing anything, it's outright showing what's gonna happen. They do what is called a flash forward, which is when they show a scene that actually takes place in the future of the story. This can be a powerful narrative tool if used correctly. Take Attack on Titan for example. They flash forward showing the colossal titan looking over the wall, establishing the threat and installing a great sense of suspense and foreboding in the very first episode. It's also very well done.
Technically this wasn't a flash forward. This was happening in real time. This was happening in current day. So technically this doesn't classify as a flash forward.
With great animation and epic music and a very impressive hook for the entire show. And that is one of the reasons it became so popular. But most importantly, the payoff to that flash forward comes in the very same episode. Needless to say, the payoff to the flash forward is very important. Perhaps the most...
Oh, okay, no, wait a minute, sorry. Yeah. Forgive me guys, it's been a while since I've seen and read the Attack on Titan manga. I think, yeah, if I remember correctly, at the beginning they do flash forward to the colossal titan showing up, and then it goes back a little bit and shows you the events that led to, you know, him actually showing up and breaking down the wall and allowing all the titans to, you know, flood the city and, you know, causing everyone to run away. So yeah, sorry about that. It has been a while. Now, another thing that I do want to say is he did talk about flash forwards and how they can actually be a good thing. There was, I think I remember, there was another story where they did do a flash forward. I'm sorry for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. God, which one? I'm sorry, I can't remember. You know, maybe when I'm editing this video, if I remember it, I'll put it up on screen. But yeah, sorry for now, I can't really remember what story it was that also used the flash forward that I think did it pretty effectively. Oh, there was another anime. Yeah, I think it was a Gurren Lagann. Yeah, Gurren Lagann also did a flash forward at the beginning that showed us the main character as an adult with some of the other side characters, and yeah. So I think that was a way that they, you know, that was a way a flash forward was used correctly, where they showed you a glimpse of the future, but then went back to show you the series of events that led to that moment.
The important part of it. The flash forward should serve as a tease, and the payoff should come not long after the flash forward was shown. If it takes too long to the payoff to come, viewers will lose interest and find the flash forward pointless. Moreover, when the payoff actually comes, if it takes too long, the audience will barely remember the flash forward in the first place and won't even feel connected to it and will not really care. Not giving away too much in your flash forward is also very important. The purpose of a flash forward...
Also, I do find it interesting how, you know, the dialogue exchange between these two keeps changing, because here in the manga, and I think this is a fan translation, I don't think this is the official translation, you know, where you have Boruto saying to think that you'd be the strong, and then he says, I'll be sending you to meet the seventh. I think in the anime it actually talks about how Boruto says, you know, was this the only possible outcome? And you know, there was something that actually happened in the manga recently, at least as of the recording of this video, that does kind of play into what Boruto said at that moment. So yeah, and also another thing about the about this whole thing, you know, the flash forward, is that every time now a new chapter comes out, I remember, like, every time online when people would talk about it, they would say, oh, is this when the time skip happens? Is this when the time skip happens? Is this when the time skip happens? And all that tells me is that this is literally the only reason why people are sticking around, is because they want to see this. They just want to see the time skip. They want to see the moment where the village is destroyed. They want to know what Kawaki meant when he says, I'll be sending you to meet the seventh. Like, what the hell happened? And I guess in a way that was kind of smart by the writers, because they found a way to keep the audiences hooked. So I guess technically in a way that was actually kind of smart for them, but Also, what does it really say about your story that the only reason why people are staying is because they want to see like what was meant by this, and that they're not really overall interested in what's happening currently? You know what I mean?
Forward is to ramp up suspense and expectation in the audience. And if too much is shown in the flash forward, it actually spoils the story telling what's going to happen in the future, and it doesn't work at all. And these are the two glaring issues with Boruto's flash forward prologue. It shows a scene from hundreds.
Oh yeah, this is another thing that people keep talking about when it comes to the you know, the stories. Oh, is this when we see this? Is this when we see this? And that's, again, every time a chapter comes out, that's all people talk about. Is this when we see the eyes? Is this when we see the scar? Is this when we see what happened in Naruto or whatever? It's like, again, they don't really care a lot about what's happening currently. They just want to know what led to Boruto having this eye, what led him having this scar, why does he have Sasuke's headband, why does he have Sasuke's sword, why does he have Sasuke's cloak, what happened to Sasuke? Although me personally, I do kind of have a theory that maybe this isn't actually Sasuke's headband, that this is just his own headband that got, you know, slashed. That maybe he did this, you know, cut across the leaf symbol, like what the Akatsuki did, about them abandoning their village and how they're not loyal to it anymore. That's just my own personal theory. I don't know if that's the case. We'll see.
Hundreds of chapters or episodes in the future. The flash forward loses all its purpose because of that, because audiences will barely remember the flash forward once the payoff comes. Also, it spoils the story a lot. For instance, now, because of the flash forward, we know that Kawaki and Boruto will survive up until that point, and each will be carrying karma. We also know that the Leaf Village...
Yeah, this was, when it comes to Kawaki's karma, I don't think that's really... I wonder if I can say this. Well, I did say there were going to be, like, potential spoilers for the manga, so I think I can at least talk about this. Although, again, I'm willing to bet most people, even anime viewers... Actually, I think the anime itself did kind of already spoil this in one of the openings. I was still surprised when they decided to do that. But yeah, when Kawaki lost his karma mark, pretty much most of us knew that, oh, he was going to get it back because we saw it in the flash forward. We're just wondering, okay, well, when is that going to happen? And again, I think the anime kind of spoiled that in the opening, in one of the newest openings of the show. So yeah, he's not wrong about that.
Karma. We also know that the Leaf Village will be destroyed again at some point. We also knew from the beginning, because of the flash forward, that Kawaki would eventually turn against Konoha and fight Boruto, which is already really bad. Don't you think it would be better to find these things out as they happen in the narrative? For instance, imagine if in Naruto's first chapter or episode, the first scene in the entire series showed Sasuke and Naruto fighting in the final valley. It would be absolutely terrible and ruin the entire story. Or if in the first episode of Naruto Shippuden, they showed Pain destroying the Leaf Village, because that's essentially what they did in Boruto. It would have been much more interesting to watch these things.
Okay, I think I just remembered the scene that I was talking about was actually from Shippuden, where at the beginning, the first episode, they flash forward to the moment in the manga where Naruto and Sakura meet up with Sasuke again. And for me personally, I think that was not really a smart idea, because it kind of ruins it when it happens later on. It's like, oh, okay, we know that this is where it happens. We know this is where specifically it happens. Yeah, I don't think that was I don't think that was a smart move from them, but at least they didn't like foreshadow something far into the future. I mean, imagine if the first episode of Shippuden showed like Naruto and Sasuke fighting Kaguya, or Naruto and Sasuke fighting Tentail Jinchuriki Madara, or Naruto and Sasuke fighting again at the Valley of the End with both their six paths power-ups. Like, imagine if the first episode of Shippuden showed you Naruto in his six paths Sage mode and Sasuke with the Rinnegan. Like, literally in the first episode of Shippuden, in the first 10 minutes, you see Sasuke with the Rinnegan, and you see Naruto with six paths Sage mode and the True Seeker orbs behind him. Like, it would have completely ruined it when that moment did eventually happen, and you get to see them in both those forms. Like, yeah, I get where he's saying, or I get where he's coming from. in this video. I personally, for me, I'm not a fan of the flash forward thing.
Unfold as they go, not knowing that something will definitely happen in the future because of the prologue. I don't really have to worry about those characters anymore because I know they will be fine until that point in the story. In the fight against Ishiki, for example, it would be much more tense if we didn't know whether Kawaki and Naruto would survive, but since we know that they will be alive up until the point of the prologue, tension simply melts. We just know that the characters will be fine, and this is terrible for the entire narrative. Even though the series is a shonen, and characters usually don't die, having that sliver of doubt is always good to keep the story more interesting. It's obvious that they did that flash forward that way to bait as many people as possible to theorize what would happen in Naruto and who was the mysterious boy fighting Boruto. But they traded some very momentary hype for a story that is actually more interesting because we wouldn't know what was going to happen. Also, the payoff to this flash forward will almost certainly be disappointing. It's either going to be extremely straightforward, delivering exactly what they promised, which will not surprise anyone and be very boring, or they will try to do something to subvert our expectations, and
don't remind me of that horrible show.
They really wrote themselves into a corner, and on top of that, spoiled half of the series. Good job, guys. What are your thoughts on Boruto's Prologue? Comment down below. Also, like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. And if you want to know why scientific ninja tools suck, click on the video showing on the screen. Thanks for watching.
All right, so when it comes to the points that he made in this video, I don't necessarily disagree with a lot of it, because he made some really good points. When it comes to doing a flash forward, I think that one of the mistakes that that Boruto definitely made is that they showed a little too much. We know that Boruto and Kawaki are fine, nothing's gonna happen to them. We know that, again, Kawaki does get his karma mark back, so I'm pretty sure most people, even if you are anime only, when you saw that Boruto lost his when Kawaki lost his karma mark, you all pretty much figured out that, all right, he's gonna get it back because we saw him with a karma mark in the flash forward at the beginning of episode 1. So now it's just a matter of when is he gonna get it back. So I don't think anyone would really be surprised when that does happen. So again, like that's what happens when you do a flash forward that shows a little bit too much. And to his point about people losing interest, I think that is going to happen for a lot of people. Like when it does eventually happen, people are going to go, oh, okay, so there it is, it happened. But I think that there are going to be a lot of people who are going to be excited. I just think that that's inevitable. It is going to happen. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, I'm going to throw the question to you guys. What do you guys think? I mean, do you agree with the points that he made in this video? Do you not agree? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. And while you're here, maybe consider leaving a like, sharing this video, hit the subscribe button if you haven't, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there. And again, if you have any recommendations, if there's any videos you want me to watch and react to, give my thoughts on, just tell me about them in the comment section down below. And like I said, he's got another video that was recommended to me. We are going to be watching that next, and I also noticed he does have some other videos that I'm really curious to check out and give my thoughts on. I'll be reacting to them here, so keep an eye out for them. Again, bell icon to be notified when those videos come out. Make sure to click on all notifications because YouTube's notification system isn't really the best. And also check to make sure that your phone settings actually do give you notifications, because apparently you kind of have to do that now, I guess, which is all right. But that's going to be it for this, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.